Hello everyone and welcome to this week's tutorial on mid-game strategy. This week we'll be starting on a new chapter from the free ebook that's available from the World Xiangqi Federation website. Today we will start on chapter 6, which would deal with the tactic of blocking in Xiangqi. Now it appears that this tactic is much more prevalent in Xiangqi than compared to international chess. Perhaps uh, Perhaps it is because the elephant and especially the horse can be blocked in Xiangqi, and coupled with the fact that there are 90 intersections on the board compared to 64 squares in international chess. Perhaps these are some of the reasons why this tactic is much more prevalent in Xiangqi. Now, these are some of the lecture notes that I condensed from the book. Now, blocking is an essential tactic in Xiangqi. Now, what are the advantages of using this tactic, or what can be achieved from using this tactic? You can sever or break any relationships between two enemy pieces. You can truncate and control the piece, the scope of the piece, or the um, effect or the area of influence that the piece might have in the board. And of course, by blocking, you can create obstacles on those lines to prevent further development of the enemy pieces, etc. Now, these tactics are commonly used in the mid-game and end-game, and they are often used in conjunction with other tactics to create very clever tactical situations. Now, if the block is used during attack, it would usually represent a dynamic form of harassing the enemy defense. If it's used on defense, it can prevent the enemy from attacking and or sometimes create enough space or lines for your piece to be maneuvered for attack. Now, in this book, which I think it was written very well, the authors further divided the tactic of blocking into three sections: blocking while taking advantage of the situation, truncating the enemy pieces, and placement of roadblocks. Today, we will be discussing on the first section. There are two examples, and we will go over the first example. So, blocking while taking advantage of the situation, it can be further differentiated whereby the situations whereby the pieces are protected and or whether they are left hanging in the board. Now, if the pieces are protected, the piece doing the blocking will take advantage of the situation to block the enemy piece to gain advantage. And we shall go over the first example, a simple quick analysis where there's two chariots, two horses, one cannon, 3 pawns, and a full guard. Black would have two chariots, two horses, one cannon, and also a full guard, but black would have the extra pawn. Now, there will be 4 black pawns versus 3 red pawns. At this point in time, black would be concentrating or have the slight advantage, as can be seen, because black would now be prepared to attack. Now, in this example, black would be the first to move. To target this chariot, black tries to play c8 plus 5, hoping to capture the elephant, gain an elephant and trade chariots so that he could continue his attack. Now, in this situation, one major problem that black might have would be this horse, because it will need some development. So after c8 plus 5, red pushed forward his cannon so that this discovered check to initiate trade of material would not happen. Now, for this move, black, an example given, black tried to address the underdevelopment of this black horse by pushing the pawn forward. Now he will be prepared to play, say, h3 plus 4, etc. to attack, and red will be in more danger. But fortunately for fortunately for red, he could now use the tactic of blocking to his advantage. So red would play c4 equals to 2 to block and sever the relationship between these two black pieces such that the cannon is now left hanging and unprotected. So how the only place that the black cannon can move now would be c8 equals to 7. They cannot move here or the advisor will capture it. Now, as can be seen, at this point in time, red would make use of the situation, which should be the topic of this board. He would make use or leverage the situation on the board to his advantage after using the blocking technique. And after blocking, forcing the cannon away, red would play c2 equals to 1. Now, at this point in time, red would be bound to gain material and turn the tide. So there are three variations. Let's say black chose to trade material, red would capture it, and now red would still be threatening to capture the black horse and also the black cannon. So this would be a double attack, and black would be bound to lose material, and if black lost material, it would be probably also mean that black would lose the game. Now if black tried to protect the horse in this manner, red would simply advance his chariot r2 plus 7 and still threaten to capture the horse by force. And if e5 plus 7 were played, hoping to trade material, black would simply capture the cannon, forcing the trade of material, and still, as can be seen, red will now threaten to capture the black chariot. There will be 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces left on the board, and only 3 black pieces. So if black moved the cannon away, the red cannon will now be safe to move, let's say for example, c1 plus 2 for the check, and red will still have a material advantage. So as can be seen, a short review. In this situation, black chose the wrong strategy and he decided to attack the elephant with this move. But red would be able to advance his cannon in preparation to apply the block. But black tried to resolve the issue of this horse being underdeveloped and played p3 plus 1. And this was when red would simply play c4 equals to 2 to block the piece and then leverage the situation on hand to its advantage. So this will be the first video on example on the tactic of blocking. I hope you have enjoyed this short lecture and this short example. Now if you like the work that I've been doing, please support my channel and give me a thumbs up for this video. Thank you.